number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Especially towards the back line. Even getting jumped in will finally manage to retreat.
Off, like Hyper is down, they have only broke up, and Derot is
Gerard went for the lurk and got the Karina.
So Gusion is going to retreat first.
Karina out over there. Vatina jumps in with the pick up. Gets the
Takes off to get to one. 1-1 is in the well. As I trying to target the tower. There's one more hit. And
Welcome to MKE Championship Season 4, sponsored by Genesis and co-sponsored by Zentro Store, Zentro Store and Slay Official YT. Welcome to all of you in the semi-finals. Today we have a matches between Panic and Zenchi. We are Panic in Team Blue and Zenchi on Team Red. I'm Midnight here with my co-caster Ego. So on to you, Ego. What do you think? Who's gonna win?
It's going to be absolutely amazing, I guess. Yesterday we saw the match between Midnight Madness and Panic. Both teams were head to head, but Team Midnight Madness, using some of their experience alongside the players like Apex and all, they got the wins. And Panic, they were Team Midnight Madness, they went to the grand finals, and Team Panic were sent down to the lower brackets to play the second semi-final against Zenchi Esports.
Yes. So today we will be getting to see, but as per the bans, we will just brief you guys about it. We have bans coming in from Panic, that is 1-1, Gushin. And also we have bans coming in from Zenchi, Escarita, Grok. So the matches will be starting soon. And let's see what the bans will be this time.
Exactly, but we only have 3 teams left. By the end of tonight, we'll just have 2 teams left in the tournament. This is getting really exciting. Uh, we have come through quite a long way, and we are about to. We are going to have an end to this tournament.
We have a Joy ban already from the blue side, that's Panic. Let's see the ban coming in from Team Red, that is the Zenchi. Well, okay, they're taking their time, as we can see.
I mean, we can expect a Leomord or a Martis ban, of course, man, because these 2
Yes.
heroes are like not to be kept open, you know.
Not to be played either. Well, a very good ban as of we can see a Carmilla ban, and like this update, guys, Carmilla is like really a very good support hero. Like we already saw in this tournament itself, so many matches where she, like if you know how to use her ultimate properly, she can wipe out or everybody actually. So 2 bans as of now, we can see they are good enough. We can see a Valentina ban coming in from Panic.
And I guess that is a sensible ban from side of Team Panic. And of course, we know the Valentina is one of the most picked mages throughout the tournament, and in some matches it has caused the havoc, and turned the tides of the game. And of course, we see that Leomord ban coming in from Team Zenchi Esports.
Yes, Leomord is already banned, and they're going for the first pick. That's Kaja. Let's see if they're gonna. Oh no, of course not. Somebody is open there. They did go for the Martis pick on first.
Yes, the Martis pick is an absolutely no-brainer because we know the damage potential and snowballing potential from that Martis, but meanwhile Team Zenchi is going to prioritize the gold lane first, and they have gone for the clean pick. They still have 10 seconds more to go for their second pick, and we still don't know what are they going to be picking, but they have locked down the Kaja, and that will be an interesting pick.
Kaja might be a real problem for some squishy heroes that will be coming in from Team Blue side, but let's see what they make the draft be like. So, but yeah, Martis as of now is a real danger. We can see a Farsa, pretty good, a long range hero. Okay, probably that will locked.
I guess the Farsa is a good pick, and there comes the Beatrix and the response of that Clint in the gold lane. We saw the Farsa causing a lot of damage yesterday when it was played by the side of Team Midnight Madness, and I guess the Farsa pick makes real sense for zoning out that Clint, in the later stage of the game.
And even like she can also save herself from certain heroes that might be picked by Team Zenchi. So pretty good distance she can keep for herself. You can see a Pakiro pick coming in from Zenchi here. And we're going on to the next bans of the next phase, that is. Here we can see Zenchi going for the ban. Let's see what they're gonna ban here.
Both teams still have the roam open, so the Atlas ban coming in from Zenchi Esports, and I guess we might see another room ban probably, and Team Team Zenchi Esports haven't picked their mage yet, so a mage ban might be coming in, so we can expect a roam or mage. And yes, absolutely, they have banned the Sicilian. They don't want that late game damage of that Sicilian.
Yes, like they don't want the teams to be, they don't want the match to go for the late game at all. They want to end it as soon as possible and move forward. That is, as of the picks right now, we can see it's pretty good. Kagura, nice one, I would say.
Yes, that Kagura pick makes sense. It can take out that Beatrix and the Farsa from a safe distance, so that pick makes a lot of sense. But we'll be seeing one, I guess, roam pick and a XP laner from the side of Team Panic.
He might be okay, Kufra or Lolita. That's Kofra.
The
And
Hilda pick is actually an interesting pick because in the last patch that just came today, the Hilda was buffed a lot. I read the patch notes and
Mm-hmm.
it was there that the Hilda was buffed. So this will be interesting how much effective it is going to be after that buff, But the Khufra is actually a really good pick against that Pakito. Canceling out most of the skills from the Pakito with that second skill of that Khufra. And we
Oh, we
have
have
it
a
Teris.
Terisla pick. Yeah. What do you think? Which side has a stronger draft here?
I can't say anything as of right now because both the teams look quite very good in their draft. Yesterday we saw the Terisla causing like havoc all around the team fights, catching
Yeah.
off, like 3-4 members of the opponent team in its penalty zone. So we don't know what to expect as of now.
Yeah, but then, like the most of the matches we came across, we need to know that here the goal lanes do play a lot of priority. They should prioritize the lanes first. It's very vital to be honest. So let's see if they do it this time. Since the early game, that is.
Yes, let's expect amazing match and hope the audience is enjoying too with us. We will be entering the land of dawn, and this is the second semi-final match, a best of 5 match between Zenchi Esports and Panic.
They asked for a pause already.
Meanwhile, they are asking for a pause. Let's talk about our sponsors, Midnight.
Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for joining us here on MKE Sports. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, please, because I know you guys are enjoying it. Okay. I bet on that. Well, and thank you for watching us. It's sponsored by Genesis Store and co-sponsored by Zentro Store, Zentro Store and Slay Official YT. So do check them out, guys. That might help you. So
Yes, of course,
here,
and everyone, please share the stream too because this is one of the best tournaments right now going on over our region. I mean, big shout out to our organizers for that. So please share the stream, like this, and everyone join us in the comment section. Tell us which team might be winning, and hype the match.
yes. So as of now, we can see that was Team Red, right? That was Zenchi who asked for the pause, probably. Let's see what happens because the match didn't even start yet, to be honest. So, by the way, guys, do
I
comment
mean,
down which team you're supporting. That is like, let's see who has more of the hype here.
of course, but we can see through the mini map that the Kufra is going on the top side of the mid lane. Will be like looking out for that litho.
Well,
Both the junglers are going for the red buff. It seems.
yeah, that's what we can see from the mini map as much as we are provided as of now. Well, Ego, do you support either of the team? Anybody, on the inner side of yours? Do you
I
wish
mean,
someone to win?
I mean, if I would be wishing for someone, I'd say Team Panic because they were runner-ups in the last season of the MKE Championship. So I
Okay.
would like to see a kind of redemption arc coming in from their side. So
Okay.
that will be interesting.
Yeah, we can see people like these people are taking a fight in the mid lane. They're practically clearing the minions and going to the gold lane. There's not much fight in rotation. They're given a rotation in the XP lane, we can see. Well, the marksmen are having pretty much time to... Is there going to be a first blood? Oh my god, he successfully managed to escape that, going in for the blue buff. But we can see the Terisla coming in, but there, they managed to escape. The Kufra is pretty low. He is pretty low. But I guess we will be able to see a first blood, and that was taken by Hilda. The Kaja was down. This match, we saw the opening of the blood. It was like first blood on the XP lane. But the marksmen, if we see on the gold lane, they're having a pretty good time playing it safe. And, well, do you think that was expected, Diego?
I mean, both the teams going.
There might be a surprise gank in the goal lane over here. Kufra did jump in. They're kind of low. Okay. They didn't pick fight them. Mara's coming in, but the mage isn't there around.
We can see the Martis is already level 4, but the Paquito hasn't got his ultimate yet. Martis going a bit too deep, but the Farsa will be giving cover with the feathered airstrike to save him from the 3-man gank, I'd say.
Yeah, I thought there will be like somebody will die there, but nah, they did manage to escape well. But the first ultimate did help them a lot. But I think they did nick that near this turtle this time because both team will be contesting for the turtle. We can see everyone coming in over here. Team Panic and as well as Team Zenchi, all of them are assembling near the turtle. Will we get to see a fight? Will they manage to get the turtle or they'll retreat? They're retreating.
I guess Panic will be retreating. We saw the Martis, the HP of the Martis is quite low, so he wouldn't want to be challenging that. Meanwhile, the Beatrix with that sniper shot and just takes down the Clint on the gold lane. Right now, we can see Team Panic has like got quite an lead in the economy. This might be a little bit of bad news for Zenchi Esports because we know Team Panic, they have the potential to snowball with that Martis on their side.
Yeah, but this time I guess Martis will be not retreating and he will be going for the turtle. They're pretty much enough like close here to get the turtle. And there might be a fight coming in, but Paquito isn't around. He didn't even contest for the turtle at all. There's a free turtle for Team Panic, I would say.
Yes, that was given away for free to the side of Team Panic from Zenchi Esports. Meanwhile, we might be Team Zenchi might be planning a gank on the bottom side. We can see 4 people already setting up on the bushes, but the backup from the side of Team Panic is here already.
We can see a fight here, but they will be retreating probably because the mage isn't around or... Okay, she is very low, she couldn't escape that. But there will be a fight, yeah. Uh-oh. Like, they are going in, but they're not, taking a full potential fight. Don't you think so, Ego?
I guess they could go for the fight, but they know what is at stake because if any team loses right now, they will be out of this tournament, and I guess they want to take it safe. And the first game in the series of best of 5, I mean, it's a quite huge advantage winning the first game. It gives a morale boost to either of the sides who win. So that will be an important thing, winning the first game.
Oh, immense damage there. Did you see that? Martis was getting a few of the kills over here, but Beatrix got clean there. And Martis, oh my god, that was sad for him. The tank wasn't around, by the way. Kufra wasn't even there in the team fight.
I mean, the ult coming in from the Beatrix, 2 members from the side of Team Zenchi were low, but Martis wasn't able to capitalize on the mark of the Tyrant's Rage. The ultimate of the Martis was there, but I guess he couldn't just get into range to get the ult on time.
Yeah, but then there were fights, and we did need Kufra there. Even they could have had the turret damage, which did lower their HP on Team Panic side. Second turtle of the match. They will be contesting for this one, and we can see Paquito assembling there. Nice. That was a good. Well, she can still outzone everybody. Well, if she needs to be, she's pretty low.
I mean, the Paquito going in on both Farsa and Beatrix. The Farsa will die, but Beatrix just barely escaping with the 1 HP, and Kufra was also taken down low. Exactly. I guess this will be an easy turtle for the side of Zenchi Esports. They have the control over the turtle pit. And meanwhile on the bottom side, I guess Clint will get this lane.
Oh my god, they did go for the turtle.
they didn't care for the turtle. They just went for that Beatrix.
Okay, wonderfully ult by. Okay, Farsa did try for the ult. She did give damage, but then she died because of Paquito. Paquito is being a real problem to Farsa, and I think that Kufra is, losing it somewhere to protect her. And we can
Absolutely.
see very few participation also coming in from him in the team fights.
Meanwhile, on the mid side, Martis manages to secure the kill on the Kagura, but the form and he couldn't like tank damage of 4 people coming in from side of Zenchi Esports. Meanwhile, Hilda will manage to run away in time. I mean, it's an Hilda, it's almost unkillable. you
Yes.
know.
Yeah, obviously, like it's barely there's no reason to run behind her anyway. Okay, a gank here on the marksman, and she's dead. That's what they're doing. Did you see that? They're already like ganking the bottom lane a lot, but we don't see much efforts coming in from Team Blue. That same panic. And also in the top lane, there was a 1v1 situation between Hilda and Terisla got Hilda. Well, she couldn't be killed. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, but the Terisla turning out to be a really good pick. I mean, we can see he is already on a 5-kill row and he hasn't died once yet. So Team Zenchi are getting a grasp of this match as the time goes by. So I guess Team Panic need to find out the solution right now before it's too late.
What do you think is the shortcoming according to you on Panic side as per the team fights that we saw right now?
We can like see the team fight. Kufra doing like a great engages, but Team Zenchi are able to like managing to get out of the engages from that Kufra and go for that backline. I mean, I guess unable to protect that backline from the side of Team Panic is costing them a lot right now.
We can see another team fight, and okay, successfully managed to escape their Beatrix. Wonderful. Run. That's what you should do right now. Ultimate wasted by Terisla, but they won't be taking up fights because okay, Martis is really low and they should probably retreat. Some good things done by Kofra this time. Did manage to save his team.
Yes, I guess he was able to keep back the Terisla Clint. I mean, but the damage coming in from Paquito, that is like annoying the Beatrix and the Farsa a lot. That is causing a lot of problems.
Another team fight coming in over here, and Farsa damage is brilliant over here. We can see that, but they did manage to escape. And okay, Hilda killed. Martis got 1 kill. Decimate's on. Go there, double kill. That will be a triple kill. Oh my god! Jeez, did you just see that? The Paquito, he just outplayed him. Okay, come, kill me and I'll just outplay you as nicely as I can. But, well, they did get a little lead, Team Panic, like we can see. They can, have this time to push the lanes a bit, which Hilda is doing right now. That was a good decision, but let's see if she will be successful in doing that or not. Okay, so we can see like over here they are pretty much in position for the Lord, but let's see if Panic will be going in or they will be trying to keep a safe distance and try to defend this Lord incoming. This is the first Lord they're gonna take. It's not even level 12, so I mean sorry, it's not even 12 minutes. The upgraded lot, but Clint is kind of calm. We can see the Hyper is down from Team Panic side, and Paquito did manage to take the first lot. So I mean, they should have stayed back, I guess. Well, thank you everyone for watching us, and like we said, this championship is sponsored by Genesis and co-sponsored by Zentro Store, Zentro Store, and the official YT. Do comment down which team you're supporting. So let's see, will Panic be able to turn the match? Or there might be some miracle by which we can see some changes in the game.
I guess Team Zenchi already have the upper hand right now. They got the Lord. Now they have the map control right now. But the Feathered Airstrike almost taking down the Kagura manages to escape in time. I guess Team right now Team Panic are in a good spot to defend this, but the penalty spot coming in from yes, they managed to take down that Martis, but Team Panic were able to get the Kagura and the Pakito in return. But see that Terizla tanking all that damage. I mean,
Yeah, I would totally agree on that. Even though they're hyper died, I would totally agree on this thing as well. The damage coming in from Farsa, I mean, she should play from a really safe distance. Even now, she was on the verge of death, to be honest, but did manage to escape still. But that shutdown on Paquito, that was really good, and might be an opportunity for them to turn the match. But let's see how they deal with it.
yes, exactly. The positioning of the is quite questionable. You know, she is getting caught by that Terizla and Pakito, but still she is dealing huge amount of damage that can interrupt the formation of from the side of Zenchi Sports.
There are like pretty much heroes from Zenchi's side who can, counter or like, go to the backline of team Panic and get the Farsa or the Beatrix. I mean, like Paquito or Kaja or this, what was his name again? Terisla, yeah. They're really causing problem for them. And I guess that's the reason why they're lacking something on their side. They're trying to push the bot inhibitor. They did manage to do that.
I guess, but two of the inhibitors are down for the side of Team Panic. They are really in a tight spot right now. But let's take a look at the items. The Hilda is going for that one shot build, but she was taken down by that flames. I guess this can be. They are waiting out for the Lord Zenchi Esports, and yes, they are going for the Lord right now. So Team Panic will be able to clear out the minions right away.
Yeah, they will be going, and I guess they will be getting this lot for easy because Team Panic this time they shouldn't go for the lot at all. They should defend it because they don't have any other options. And yeah, that's what they have to do right now. They don't have any other options for you.
They do not have any options, and the Lord is taken down by Team Zenchi, and the Lord is marching down from the mid lane. So Team Panic needs to figure out something. I guess the Kufra is waiting in that bush so that he can spot out anyone from the side of Zenchi Esports, but they will be backing off. I guess the Hilda should be coming a bit behind right now. I guess she is trying to flank from the side and get one off.
The Lord here and the Farsa was taken down immediately. Like, no, we won't let her outzone us anyway. They will be going in for the base right away, right? Oh my god, the match is end. Come to an end, yeah, right? Damn, did you just see how they managed to take down the Farsa at one go? Like, didn't even give a chance to Panic, I would say. Don't you think so, Ego? Like if we have a look over here about this the statistics, we can see like we all agree to the damage from Farsa that was actually a lot over here, and uh like we saw how they managed to get her down first. I mean, that's what they could have done there with they have no other options left. So I guess that match, that was all. And thank you everyone for watching us on MK Championship Season 4, sponsored by Genesis and co-sponsored by Zentro Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official YT. So we'll be back with the next match, guys. It's a best of 5 match. So just let's see. Let's give them time. Maybe they will be able to, they will manage to get the wins there. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
Especially towards the backliner. Even getting the jump in will finally manage to retreat.
Off, like Hyper is down, they have only broke up, and Derot is
Gerard went for the lurk and got the Karina.
So Gusion is going to retreat first.
Karina out over there. Vatina jumps in with a pick up. Gets the
Make sure to get to one. One man is in the middle. Backside trying to target the tower. Just one more hit and
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the semi-finals of the MKE Season 4 Mobile Legends Championship, sponsored by Genesis Store, co-sponsored by Zentro Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official YouTube. This is Grim. I'm here with my co-caster Midnight for the second match of the 5-match series between Team Zenchi and Team Panic for the second semi-finals of this season. So, Midnight, what are your views for the second match of today?
Hello everyone and welcome back. So like we saw in the previous match, Team Panic, they did try and they did give a competitive fight there, but we also saw how Team Zenchi managed to, wipe them all out before even they could plan to do anything. The Hyper, the Paquito, and also the XP laner Terisla, they were like really overpowered, I would say. But then again, it's a 5 series match like Grim had already mentioned. So let's see how they will be performing in this match. Like as of the bans, Zenchi have banned Grok and Kadita. And we can see 1-1 and Clint ban coming in from Panic side. So let's go on with the rest of the bans and let's see what they will be and what will the picks be like.
Definitely seems to be going a good matchup this semifinals. Team Zenchi and Team Panic. Probably there will be we might see a comeback from one of the teams. Maybe one will be looking for winning the second match. Might be we see a comeback. So let's go into the second phase of the ban.
Yes. So let's see if in this match Panic will make it to the win or not, because they have to win 3 matches at least, right? So here are the bans. Let's see what they're gonna ban this time. We have Team Panic on the red side and Team Zenchi on the blue side. So it's Zenchi's plan first. Let's see.
Well, Priscilla from Team Zenchi going in for the ban of Leo mod for the set, and that I would say is a good ban because in the last few patches, Leo mod and Mates have been doing quite a few rounds in the entire MLBB community. So this seems to be a pretty good ban. And we see a Gushan ban coming in. 2 troubles out, as well said by Midnight. 2 good big troubles out, I would say.
Yeah, like they have been ruining everyone in this patch, I would say. This patch, starting from the first day, these heroes have been, overpowering everyone. So yeah, Valentina ban, good one too here. Copy Master.
Copy Master, Poke Master, and one of the most dangerous mages of the current patch and of the entire game as well. Not only because of her ability to copy the ultimates, but the ability to use her own skills along with the ultimate of other heroes. That is what makes Valentina dangerous, and that was a good ban. And we see a ban miss from Panic. Was that a strategy, or did they deliberately lose it?
Yeah, maybe that was probably not a mistake. I mean, that was a part of their plan. And we can see a Carmilla pick from Team Zenchi's side. A good pick as of the first one, I would say. Let's see what Team Panic will be going for the pick, since they did not ban a hero. They might have something on their mind. And yes, Dicky, of course. Why not? Why not when it's open?
Only love
Not okay. That is going to be a wonderful pick. First two picks, so Diggy and Sicilian, going to be a wonderful combination in the mid lane. Well, it's just left to see what kind of damage, or I wouldn't say damage, what kind of work are they going to do to the enemy team, to Team Zenchi. Probably Diggy will be in the Rome category. I am supposed, well, cannot say. Probably they might pick a tank or go for a support team panic. And we see the Martis and the late game monster Leslie being picked by Team Zenchi. Well, Midnight, what do you have to say about this wonderful pick, supposedly?
Well, something crossed my mind. I mean, they had a ban left. Why not ban Martis? They had something on their mind about what? I mean, you should have
Well,
banned Martis, right? If it was me, I would have, obviously. Who leaves a monster there in the jungle?
well, they could have banned Martis, they could have banned Carmilla, but two of the the most damage giving heroes of the current patch are in their opponent side, and I do not know what the strategy is at this moment. Of course, they have picked
Yeah.
they have picked the Balmond on their side, but even the second phase of the ban, Terizla, is it going to be a good ban to you? I don't think so, but Beatrix does seem a good ban to me from Team Zenchi.
Well, yeah, because I would say Terisla, maybe they banned it because they don't want trouble in the XP lane. The previous match, like we saw, he pretty well managed the XP lane alone, all by himself. So, yeah, maybe that's just for the XP laner side. But then again, why miss a ban when you have Carmilla and Martis both open, heavy CC and damage equally?
And not only heavy CC and damage, they do not have a counter for Martis as of this moment. As we can see, they don't. Lapu Lapu is not enough to counter Martis, and if provided they have a Digi as well, they be able to stop the Martis? Okay, and we see Team Zenchi's players switch heroes right before the start of the game, and Paquito is now their new hyper for this match from Team Zenchi.
Yeah, Zenchi did play Paquito Hyper in the previous match as well, and that was just wow. But let's say if it remains the same in this match as well. A little change that we see, Zenchi this time has Parsa, which was picked by Team Panic in the previous match, but their lineup is also good. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, don't you think Martis will be a real trouble? And also along with Paquito here.
Martis is definitely going to be not a bit of a trouble. He is going to be the only trouble that they will have to look out for Team Panic. And why I say that is because they have a Martis and Paquito together, two fighters,
Yes.
two of the best damage-giving fighters of the entire game in a game, and also they have a tank, Carmilla. That is going to be a wonderful, wonderful combination in the team fight. Probably we are going to have to wait to see that, but still, I am excited just by the thoughts of Martis and Paquito giving the combination damages. Oh wow, that is going to be good.
Oh, we can see something in the goal lane. Do you see something in the goal lane?
We definitely see something in the goal lane, but probably there wouldn't be going to be everything right from the start, because you wouldn't want to lose start a gang fight right away, probably because you need time, right? The gold laners definitely need some time before starting to give damage. So I think they should avoid their fights. Well, Lin, I mean, their marksman doesn't seem to have such kind of thinking, and Parsa coming in from the back line to get the kill of Diggy. That was a sneak attack executed perfectly by Parsa there. And Paquito now going in for the Diggy, and that would be a kill for Paquito. Team Zenchi not leaving any chances, and they are turning down the caster's curse as well, and they are going straight in for the fight. They do not want to miss out on this chance to finish and win the game 3 straight, and probably they are going to do it if they have same kind of diligence and kind of the play that they have right now.
Well, yes. I was like wondering one more thing on team Zenchi's side. Do you see there's a lot of true damage coming in from their team as well? How do you think that Diggy alone, or do you think it will be a combination of both Balmond and Lapu Lapu? They will be managed to take all the true damage there?
It should be a combination of both damage dealers. I would agree with you on that, Midnight. But the thing is, will they be able to survive the Martyrs? Will they be able to survive Paquito? That is the question. Because these two together, they are most probably unstoppable in these kind of tournaments because Martyrs, you cannot stop that guy, right? And meanwhile, we see a kill, we see a double kill, one from Balman and one from the Sicilian going in there, and they were fighting on the turtle. But yeah, that was a good initiation of fight by Team Panic.
Well, yes, we did see that team Panic. They managed to take the first turtle of the match. Well, some people say that when they have a Balmond on the opponent, you shouldn't go for the go for the turtles because yeah, they would you will might lose your people or the Balmond might get the turtle with his ultimate as well as retribution on. But there might be something on their mind from Team Zenchi's, and they did go for it either way. But sad they didn't get it. We can see another team fight on the gold lane over here.
We can see the team fight on the gold lane over there, and that would be Paquito going in for the fight, and Team Panic will take a 0 for 3 trade in their favor. Well, taking that is going not very good for Team Zenchi, I would say, because the entire Team Panic is going in for the fight. Meanwhile, the Lapu Lapu takes the kill of Paquito. Mart is going in for the kill of the Digi, but will they be successful in defending this game once again? Well, they should, depending on the heroes. They have a Martis and Paquito, but as Midnight has stated earlier, Lapu Lapu and the combination of Balmond, the true damage dealers of Team Zenchi, are being pushed back at this moment.
Yeah, but then again, we never know what might happen in the late game, right? Both the teams do have late game heroes. You can also see Sicilian from Team Panic, but then the true damage coming in from this team, the Zenchi, that's like way too much. With the Leslie being buffed, I mean, she deals a lot of damage.
Well, the late game monster never stays alone, then never stays true to herself. The sneak attacks of Leslie are definitely going to hurt Team Panic in the late game. We're agreed to you on that. And we see a fight might be initiated between both the teams in the turtle lane, and Balman getting a truth and steal of the turtle with his ultimate. And we see a team fight being initiated by Team Panic, and that was a wonderful kill by Lapu Lapu of Parsa. Team Panic are definitely getting on with their strategy in this moment. And we see a kill of Martes by Sicilian. That was a wonderful fight. And probably they are going to get killed as well. The
Two
gold
turtles,
laner.
yeah. 2 turtles up till now, it was both taken by Team Panic. So what do you have to say in that? Do you have anything to say in that? Like, do you think they should try for this third one too? Team Zenchi?
They are definitely going to try for the third, probably, because they have not, they don't have one turtle even. They are behind by almost 5k gold, if I'm correct, Midnight. And
Yes.
yeah, they are being pushed back right now. They are being pushed very hard, and we see, okay, that was a great escape by both Team Claude and Farsa. Farsa was definitely less than 10% HP, I would say. He was almost killed by the Claude of Team Panic. But see, you always have a chance to get a comeback, right? This is just 7 minutes into the game. We definitely do not know what the mid or the late game holds, but we can't predict anything as of this moment.
Yeah, we definitely cannot, but we can see that Team Zenchi, they're kind of losing on the turrets. What do you have to say on that?
Well, what I would say is probably they are lacking behind on the initiation of the fight. They have good damage dealers, and we see a kill of Sicilian by Paquito, but a revenge kill by Balman, and he will be taking the turtle by himself without any troubles or suppression from Team Zenchi. And we see a fight between a petty engagement between Lapu Lapu and Martis, and Lapu Lapu going in for the turret drive, and they will take the turret, and probably they are going to take Martis as well. That initiation of fight by Lapu Lapu, that was a wonderful dive and a successful dive to say so. Balman now going in for the fight along with the Claude, the entire team of Panic with the fight. Well, that is something to see. And Paquito is taken down once again. Well, Midnight, this seems to be a total turnaround, not just a comeback.
Yeah, that is a total turnaround, and we can already see that Team Panic, they're leading with 7k goal difference. It's 8k right now. Oh my god, like, I didn't expect that coming in that much already, and it's not even 10 minutes of the match. They're doing pretty good, I would say. And like the way they prioritized all the objectives, I right now don't even think why they didn't ban a hero. I mean, maybe I have no idea why they didn't, and as you said, they don't have any such counters, but what they're doing is they're doing everything so perfectly.
Well, they're doing everything perfectly. They have their priorities on track, Midnight. That was a good statement by you, because if we see in this game, kills do not win you the game. Pushing the turrets do. And look at the team push by both the teams. And meanwhile, we see a fight in the mid lane, and probably will they be able to take a double kill? And no, the Carmilla will have a good escape there, but Farsa won't be so lucky to have one. And we were talking about turrets with that. Look at the turret difference between both the teams. Team Panic has pushed 5 turrets already, and it is just as you said, not even 10 minutes. And Team Zenchi has just pushed 1. That just shows who has their objectives cleared out right before the start of the game. These kind of strategies are meant to be done before the start of any game, and the Team Panic will take the Lord as well without any suppression.
That's true. Like, even in the gold lane, like both of the lanes, the gold XP lane, both of the lanes are kind of losing right now. But let's see, will there be a turnover in the match from Team Zenchi?
Well, they should do a turnover, provided the heroes they have, but seems to be pretty difficult as of this moment. And wonderful killing spree of Paquito by Sicilian once again. Sicilian seems to be targeting the Paquito. I don't know why. Is it like coincidence, or is Paquito coming in with his line of fire?
Paquito did kill that Sicilian in the previous match, I would say a lot. I mean, if the same person is playing mage, I mean, I'm not sure if the same person is playing mage or not, but then he did target the whole match when Sicilian took Farsa in the previous match, I would say so.
Well, that was a revenge kill, and probably Team Panic will take the game with them as well. Will they be able to? And mega kill coming in from the Sicilian, and Team Panic just like that, a revenge matchup, and wonderful gameplay, wonderful prioritization, good roaming strategies, good team fights led to their win in the second match of this 5-match series of the semifinals of the MKE Season 4 Championships. Well. What do you have to say, Midnight?
Well, adding on to the prioritizing the objective thing, I would also add on this, like when they were really low, Team Panic, they were really low, but then still went in for the turtles. Did you see that? Balman, he was confident that yes, I can take it. I don't care if they have a gank, they're ready for me. He did come, he took them all, like one of them down. They did get the turtle there. They did all of their priorities that should be done properly. I mean, starting from the match, even in the gold lane and the XP lane, they did everything very perfectly. And also the goal difference, which I mentioned earlier, it was just 8 minutes and they had a 8k or something goal difference. So yeah, I mean, that was probably, like you said, a revenge matchup. But then again, we still have a lot many matches left. So let's see, whichever team will winning 3 matches will be moving forward to the next round. So thank you everyone for watching us on MK Championship Season 4.
I would drive 1,000 miles just to get to you. The days are long and nights might break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you. I would drive 1,000 miles to get the tip of deep, the tip of all the deep, I'll stand by you deep, it could take a million days, but to get the tip of deep, just to be with you. I would drive 1,000 miles just to get to you. The days are long and nights might break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Especially towards the backliner. Even getting jump in will finally manage to retrieve.
Off, like Hyper is down, they have only broke up, and Deroth is
Giron went for the lurk and got the Karina.
So Gujan is going to retreat first.
Karina out over there. Vatina jumps in with a pick up. Gets the
To get to one. 1-1 is in the plan. Backside trying to target the tower. Just one more hit and
Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you all for waiting in patience. We had two of the most amazing matches, and just as you guys would have expected, the score is 1-1. Absolutely dead even. We're gonna break that, of course, in the next few minutes as we're gonna get to the game number 3. And to watch that, you're gonna, have me, Scared, and my co-caster Sasuke.
So guys, I was pretty excited and seeing the first two games, the recent patch which has been released just a few hours ago, both of the teams are, gambling at this point in the lower bracket. Like this might be like if they lose this series, that is the best of 5 series, that the losing team will be eliminated from the tournament. But still, both of the teams are, just gambling and picking that, in the first game, it was Zenchi who picked that Hilda and it went perfectly. Meanwhile, in the second game, it was Panic who just occupied that Lapu Lapu. And we are seeing, moving on to the draft phase, we are seeing that Van is coming in from Team Panic this time.
Absolutely. 1-1 has been left almost untouched in these patch notes. Therefore, she is still pretty viable whenever you're going to pick her in the goal lane. We know that the immunity that she gets while casting the crossbow of Tang is absolutely nightmaric for almost everyone, because it can literally one-shot both the marksmen as well as the mages and even the squishy side lanes if one wants to go with it. But then again, banning it out, meaning no one's going to pick that hero. Leo mode is going to be the next pick that's not going to be allowed to go through this drafting phase, and Kaja as well. I really feel like Kaja is not that ban-worthy hero for now, since the nerfs that he received were pretty decent. But I really feel like the next few bans that I would have personally expected was one of the Lapu Lapu, but the Valentina gets through the drafting phase and is going to be picked up right away.
Valentina, that might be a gamble or mind games coming in from Team Panic. They managed to secure Valentina, but what is open? There's a Mart is open. There are some couple of heroes, which got recently buffed in the following patch. Like there is a hero, so they might go for you. But we are seeing Yin this time. That might be okay. They are going for the Sicilian as well as Bruno.
That is absolutely correct, and I am really glad you brought up Martes, because I personally feel like that I don't think so he's much viable in the pick right now, because we did see what a heavy nerf that he received was. Basically, his passive is nerfed, and I really feel like it's a good nerf in my personal opinion. So, but again, we're still going to see that hero picked up by the side of Panic. I really feel like Lapu Lapu should be a very good answer, because that is how Panic were able to get on top of Zenchi in the previous game.
Meanwhile, we are seeing a Martis pick for the Panic, and to answer that pick, Zenchi might go for this Barat Hyper. Barat, speaking of Barat Hyper with a Sicilian as a mage, okay, but they will be locking down that Thamos, that Thamos will be going to the EXP lane according to the spell, that is the Vengeance.
That is true, and it is in the hands of Otaku Plays, therefore he is the EXP laner. Jungle as well as the roam still remaining for Zenchi. I'm really excited to see what is going to be their pick. They banned out the Diggy right away, therefore Atlas is still open in the draft, and it might also be a ban that would lead Panic to ban out the Atlas, giving room Akai on the hands of Azazel. We know that he has been nerfed a little bit, but I feel like he can actually go in for those amazing setups yet again. Those heavy spins were absolutely on point, but it is going to be the Gusion ban coming in from a Panic. I don't think so. It was a very good ban, because the jungle pool for Divas is absolutely advanced. He's got a very vast hero pool in terms of that jungle department. So I think so this should have gone for probably Atlas, or maybe they want to pick that hero for themselves, trying to outsmart the members of Zenchi at this point.
Welcome, my guest. Your team is picking.
And there goes another pick. That's going to be Bane logged in by Divas. So I was thinking what hero he wants to go in with the jungle role this time. Bane coming in and he's just received that small buff. The stun duration that was 0 0.4 seconds, it has been increased to 0.8 seconds. Doubling that duration, of course, it's not that long, but still, it's almost 1 second CC. So that's pretty viable in the current fights. And Lapu Lapu, along with the Atlas, is going to be logged in by T40 as well as Zetli. Therefore, Martis is going to jump into that jungle. Akai is going to be logged in by Azazel. We've got the drafts in front of us, Sasuke. Who do you think has the upper hand?
Have the Valentina. So instead, like Valentina 2 managed to take down that Akai ult. So then they'll be having two huge ultimates. That will be the Atlas ultimate as well as the Akai ultimate, which Valentina might steal, in my opinion, and as well as they have this Lapu Lapu as well as Martis. So now this game, according to the draft, so I will be watching for Team Panic.
That is true, but I still feel like that there is a chance for Zenchi to actually pull this through because they've already played against this similar type of composition in their previous game when they had a Valentina in the opponent, but Azazel was just on spot with those setups. And we are gonna jump in the land of dawn, everyone. It is going to be Team Panic on the blue taking on Zenchi Esports on the red. Score is dead even, 1-1. We're here to break that deadlock in this game number 3 of best of 5 semi-finals 2, also known as lower bracket finals. You're watching the MKE season 4, sponsored by Genesis Store, Z3 Store, Zentro Store, as well as Slay Official. Let's jump right into the game. And for now, things do seem a little troublesome because look at the position of Atlas. He's playing pretty aggressive. Back to Rest does not want to, allow Bane to free farm in his own jungle, but the rest of the members of Zenchi, they seem to be unaffected by it. Azazel helping out Ryzen in order to zone Claude away. They know that Claude was playing pretty aggressive in the previous game. They know what he did once he got those golden stuff as well as the Demon Hunter sword. Just want to keep him at bay. Back to Rest, finally jumping in to help out his marksman.
Yeah, meanwhile, we can see in the golden that Atlas is there, and things might not go well for Team Zenchi because we can see the Valentina is right up to the point and she'll be backing up. Meanwhile, there is a 4-man gang. The team 4 players of the Zenchi is there.
Both it is actually a full 4v4 in that specific lane. Sam did a pretty good job of rotating towards the mid side to clear it up, applying a little bit of pressure to the members of Panic. I believe this was pretty ahead of position. He's going to be decimated right away. That was a beautiful play from the side of Panic. They want to go in for more. Azazel will have to take a ton of that true damage right on his face. He's got enough HP to survive that. Back to Rust. Seems to be in trouble right now. Will have to use his flicker to jump out of the harm's way. I don't think so. That engage was necessary, but what do you think about these highlights that we're witnessing on the screen?
The Martis deals a lot of damage on that Bane, and he was not expecting, like, he did use his ultimate on the right point, but the survivability of the Bane, the damage coming in from the Martis was too huge, and we can see another team fight going on, and Samus will be taking down that Lapu Lapu within an instantly, and that is the heavy spin coming in from Valentina, which throws down the Akai ultimate, but this time Akai will be taking down that Valentina. That is a 2-for-0 trade in my opinion. Meanwhile, this, what's his name?
Otaku plays, he did set it up beautifully. Went in with his ultimate, the Corterans Force, as well as the Vengeance, and that was absolutely on point. He made sure that he's going to tank a lot of the skills as well as the burst coming in by Panic, and then it provided the room for his teammates to jump in, plus that setup on the hands of Azazel. We know he plays Akai beautifully, and that's exactly what it is now. There goes in the Corterans Force again. T40 using every skill, but I don't think so. This time Otaku is going to survive. The decimation was right there in the hands of Jet Li, but he did overextend a little bit. So that was a good punish coming in from Panic.
Gold lane, like the 3 members of the Zenchi are over there. to just gank down that cloud. Meanwhile, we can see at last is providing some vision and he'll be going for the set, but he is low and there comes the card. He'll be coming down. He do get the kill over that at last, but
Azizah seems to be in trouble. We'll have to retreat. Hurricane Dance has already been stolen by Invoker. So he will make sure to run in those heavy space perfectly. But that's going to be a beautiful ultimate by Vayne. But that's about it. As the fight still continues, it is going to be Invoker punished. That was a very good play from the side of Zenchi. The death bush gang. I wouldn't even exactly call it a death bush. It was just one person catching two with those deadly catch and decimating Invoker. They needed to get one man and they got it.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
according to this vision, we can see like the Thamuz was alone. Like he did manage to push and take down the bottom tier 1 towers, and this time he might go for it, and Thamuz do get the kill over that Lapu Lapu.
I honestly did not expect T40 to die 2 times on that Lapu Lapu, that too up against Otaku, but the trade still comes in. It was a very good ultimate by Yo, and they're gonna catch a couple of people, and they'll probably end up pushing the mid tower as well. They've already got the tier 1 on the top side, but the trade was already there from the side of Zenchi on the bottom, and we can see on the remote cam how Sams seem to be in trouble. The bravest warrior was already used up. There comes in the deadly catch, catching a couple again. Invoker will maintain his distance. T40 gonna fall down. Minion was there to get the finishing blow. The kill goes on in the hands of Divas.
He will just use his first and second skill just to poke down that Atlas. Meanwhile, the turtle is up. That is the second turtle, if I'm not wrong.
That is absolutely correct. And let's quickly look at the items. Berserker Fury already purchased by Bruno. See, he has the major power spike that he needed. He's gonna deal a ton of crit damage. Meanwhile, Invoker getting his enchanted talisman will have a pretty decent amount of cooldown, will be able to spam those skills. There comes in the fatal link. Ryzen seems to be in trouble. He will use the flicker. Deadly catch was also there for the disengage. Invoker stealing that ultimate away is not gonna go in for the re-engage. That was about it.
Like the Thamus is pressing the bot lane, might go for that Claude, but he'll be retreating. Okay, so he'll be retreating to the back to his stairs, and we can see at last. I mean, the Akai has used this ult beautifully on the that. Who is that? Did see? Okay, that was Martis.
That was Martis. Yes, he was caught perfectly with the heavy spins. The Kateran's force is also there. Atlas seems to be in trouble. Fatal Links was not available, so he could not escape that team fight. I can see the dominant size being purchased by Otaku, so he will be much more viable in those team fights now. He would actually want to jump in between as many people as possible, and the chase still goes on in the bottom side. They want the life of Martis right there, quite low in the HP. Zetli will retreat, and that was a disciplined play from Otaku because he knew the decimation was available, so he did not force the issue into the tower. That could have been a good outplay, but the discipline kicking in at the perfect moment. Oh, never.
The battle link do connect. He will be forced to use his ultimate, but Valentina will be securing that kill over to that Thamus.
Absolutely, he was taken in the tower, and there was absolutely no chance for him to escape. Bane is going to be picked off by Yo as well. A beautiful use of the DMI in that specific lane. Martis going in for the Mortal Coils yet again. The Ashura blade is not yet available. Privileged Warriors between 3 to zone them out. T4D doing the job that he needs to right now, but the current situation of the match, it's almost dead even though, because the goal difference is just of 300. We can say now Panic are actually in the lead of 100 gold. So it can be anyone's game, and looking at the items quickly, Demon Hunter Sword as well as the Golden Staff in the hands of Yo. So he will deal a lot of damage to the backline, and Cresselia needs to be aware of the ultimate of Claude. I forgot the name of the ultimate. That was a dance. Never mind that. But seriously, the Bat's Feast, I don't think so will help Cresselia to survive that burst coming in. And now the turtle seems to be in favor of Panic a little bit, so they will be able to secure it. The zone out was there and it was perfect. Martis gets the turtle without any major problems. 8 minutes and 35 seconds into the game, it is still almost even. 800k goal in favor of Panic. They're getting the hang of it. If in case the snowball kicks in, they will have a much better chance of, getting closer to that win.
Will be using his ultimate cash. At last, will be using his ultimate cashing down 3 members, and here comes the blazing duet of the Cloud, and he'll deal some damage. That will be the 3-4-0 trade, and the mid tower will be shuttled down, and Lapu Lapu gets the double kill over that Bane. Yeah, I keep forgetting that hero's name.
It's absolutely fine. We can clearly understand that it was such an exciting ultimate to look at. It was heartwarming, to be honest. Those 3-man setup and the follow-up, picture perfect. Getting those 3 pickoffs as well as taking the mid tier 1, opening up the map. Panic and now getting that snowball in, and a lead that was of 100 gold just a few seconds ago has now increased to almost 4,000. And that is exactly what they need. The item power spike is there. Bruno finally finishing up the endless battle. I don't think so he's still going in for the Wind of Nature. I feel like he should, because there is a Lapu Lapu in your opponent. There is a Claude. That's going to be the Fatal Links taken again, and the life of Ryzen will also be taken out. Another good setup, and Panic are not at all afraid to actually jump in those fights. Azazel going in with his heavy spins, trying to take down T40, but look at the back line. Cresselia not going to survive the burst of Claude right there. There's going to be another fight continuing. Yomom seems to be in trouble. Is just going to run away with the Art of Thievery. Stack, a beautiful setup again coming in by the Lapu Lapu, and it is going to be Panic winning that fight.
Restricting fight in favor of this Panic, but there are some minor mistakes which Team Zenchi are making at this point, and they should be not doing those mistakes, since this might cost them the lose of this match.
That is correct, and they need to play it a little more safe at this point. The lot has been taken down, the fight breaks out. The bravest warriors already used up, but the deadly catch was absolutely on point. The disengage that Zenchi has, they need to play along with that. They need to make sure that the engage of Atlas, the engage of that Fatal Link is wasted with the deadly catch. If in case they manage to do so, they will be able to win those fights on the re-engage, but still, Panic actually has the answer for even that, because Invoker is now stealing away the deadly catch instead of Hurricane Dance or the heavy spins that everyone know them as of today. So they themselves can go in for a disengage or maybe a re-engage tool in that sense. Cresselia's ultimate was baited out right away. That was a good ultimate, to be honest. The movement speed was required, but in the bottom side, I was seeing that skirmish going on 1v1. Fams actually ended up winning that. The decimation was used up in order to secure that pickoff. Back to Rest will also have to retreat. The Fatal Link as well as the Flicker is still available, so they can go in for the, those crazy 3 to 4 man setup. There comes in a Flicker as well as the Fatal Links, and Bane will probably fall in the process as Martis will be able to secure that pick of Ryzen. Seems to be in trouble. Monster kill coming in from Yo. He is targeting none other than Cresselia. He knows who the late game problem is, and he is going exactly for that person. Invoker will fall because of the tower damage, but that's about it. That's gonna happen in this fight.
The bottom 1v2 situation, Ramos are on to that Martis, but he might survive, I guess. But no, there comes the heavy spin from the Akai, and things are not looking very well. He might fall down. Ramos do get the kill over that Martis, but Lapu Lapu is there. He's dealing ton of damage. So it might be the situation, the downfall for the Ramos, but he's retreating right now, and he will be survived to see the another day.
Expecting, back to his presence there. He knew Fatal Links is also available. Katerin's force was not there, so he just retreated on time. I just saw Malefic Roar being purchased by Bane right away, so the West is going to be very viable into chunking down Martis, Lapu Lapu as well as the Atlas when they'll be jumping in. No, with the Scarlet Phantom wants to go in for the Malefic Roar at this point, still not respecting the Blazing Duet that Claude will jump in with. He already has the Malefic Roar on his hand as well. So I don't think so Azazel will be able to tank as much as he thinks he can whenever he'll be facing him off again. Genius One along with the Holy Crystal also present there. There goes in back to Rush, jumping pretty back into the backline, but look at Azazel providing, not being able to provide anything for his teammate as heavy spins was taken by Invoker and they managed to shut down their Sam. And the fight still continues. Bravest Warrior used up absolutely perfectly. Ryzen will be the next casualty to fall. Legendary coming in on the hands of Yo. 805 on this Claude. He's literally taking down Cresselia. Man, he managed to shut her down so many times. I feel so sad for her. She's going 0-5 and that's an amazing fatal link coming into the backline along with the Blazing Duet. Cresselia, the only survivor of that team fight, using the Bat's Feast, managing to survive with that life steal. But at what cost? They've lost their mid inhibitor along with their bottom, and on top inhibitor is also about to fall. Lord is also going to go in favor of Panic unless we see some magical steal.
Well, but that won't be the scenario because there were 4 people of Panic taking down that Lord. There was a speed run coming in from Team Panic, and we are seeing a Heaven's Page has taken down that Valentina. She might not look well, but Bruno do get the kill over there, but Martis was trying to zone her out, but that won't be enough.
That is absolutely correct. Ryzen targeting the correct person, getting that combination in with Azazel, but still there is an Atlas with the Fatal Link. He can jump in whenever he wants to. No flicker yet available, but here he goes. He wants to go in for the backline. Cresselia has been picked up. No more Winter Transient for you to survive. The Deadly Catch is there, but that is about as much as he could do. Taking down one person, Bruno. No Wind of Nature for you, so we'll have to retreat. Yet manages to secure the double kill, finally getting his own Wind of Nature while Bane taking the Claude down. Look at that, how messy that team fight was. Yet at the end of the day, the discipline that came in, kiting that came in from the members of Zenchi, they managed to deal just enough damage from that specific range that they were able to take 4 members down.
That ultimate coming in from Bane just hit down that Claude, so his ultimate was cancelled and he was not able to deal that much amount of damage as he was able to deal with his ultimate.
That is true. That is true. The Deadly Catch needs to be timed as perfectly as it was just a few minutes ago. But for now, they have to retreat. The Fatal Link along with the Flicker is also there. The follow-up as well. And Bane will fall in the process. Martis with the Decimation. And there comes in the backline Blazing Duet. Will Claude be able to jump out? Yes, he will with the Battle Mirror Image. Fairwest Warriors used up along with Flicker defensively by T40. He will have to retreat. Oh my goodness, that burst damage from Cresselia. They will manage to take Invoker down. The tides are turning. The late game power spike is getting in, and now I feel like Panic needs to change their strategy a little bit with the approach that they were having since the starting of the game till now. How Yo was actually jumping into the backline to shut Cresselia down. That has not been happening since the previous 2 team fights, and that is something that I feel like Panic needs to look into. Otherwise, Cresselia will just chunk out those HP bars standing on from the backline. Azazel with the heavy spins yet again. The fight does not seem to stop at all.
Down that tank, they will be dealing both a huge amount of damage from the both teams. That is the mage as well as the marksman of the both of the team.
That is true, and right now as the fight continues, again the Deadly Catch used up. It was absolutely on point. Meanwhile, Ryzen taking one person down. Zetli seems to be in trouble as well. He will fall. The chase is right there. The conceal. It was actually pretty good, but the retreat was just as better. The Lord will definitely go in favor of Zenchi for now. They finally found the control that they were waiting for. Will we see Zenchi getting the 2-1 lead, Sasuke?
that they should be calling just to defend the lanes. It should be the EXP lane, in my opinion, because at that point, if the Team Panic knew like their hyper is not there, then they might do stand a chance to steal that battle, but that won't be going. Team Zenchi will be securing that Lord.
Cresselia trying to, get the purple, but Invoker just being a little too aware, using the skill 1 on perfect time, making sure Cresselia does not get that, power spike. I would really call it a blue buff, a power spike for now, because in the hands of a Sicilian, that too in the late game, buff Sicilian will wreak havoc because he'll be able to spam a double. So Cresselia definitely needs that. They want to go and clear the mid lane, but I feel like that they should, for now, stack up all those 3 waves properly. They need to land that perfectly, otherwise they won't be able to get those inhibitor down. The wave clear from Panic is pretty good.
Blue team turret has been
And while we are seeing they are clearing and forcing each and every lane. Meanwhile, we can see that the Lord is coming in from top. The Fatal Link to connect to the 2 members of the but Harry Spins is there. Just back of the Atlas, and there goes a team fight. Atlas will be falling by a hands of.
That was Cresselia who managed to take the Lapu Lapu down, and that was amazing. The burst damage coming in. Look at that. Standing in the back line, making sure the damage connects. The Sanguine Claws was right on point, but the back speed not connecting this time. Invoker, retreat on time. Back to dust is there, definitely, but you will be taking a lot of damage. Wants to still play it aggressively. Will manage to take Cresselia down. Finally, that shutdown kicking in, and this time Azazel will not be able to retreat, as he will be taken down by Yo and Invoker combined. Let's look at the replay. That was a very good engage coming in. I feel like Cresselia as well as Azazel, they overstayed their welcome. Hurricane Dance was committed by Invokers, just stealing that ultimate away and using it directly on Azazel, giving a taste of his own medicine to him. The Kataryn's Force already used up. I feel like it is a little too preemptive, but there comes in the Fatal Link. Pretty long though. Otaku will manage to retreat, but will he able to survive? I don't think so. The decimation is there. There comes in the stun yet again. Decimation connecting as it was already resetted. So that was a good punish coming in from Panic, but the need to convert these kinds of plays to some much greater objective at this point. The Lord is going to be up in 20 more seconds, 25 more seconds for now, Saskia.
Well, that play coming in from Otaku play was a helpful play for Team Zenchi, because at that point he do see that his teammates will be spawning by the time minions do reach there. So he was trying to gain some more time by clearing the bottom lane, and he too managed to take down the presence of enemies.
Heavy Spins committed preemptively, I think, so that might be the sign for the members of Panic to actually jump in. There is going to be a 1-man Fatal Link coming in, and that's going to be pick off. Probably Cresselia will fall in the process. Yes, she will. Not going to survive this burst. 3 members taken down already for the trade of 2. I believe the trade is pretty decent, but still, River seems to be in trouble. Invoker pretty deep, has the Heavy Spins, gonna make sure that Otaku will be, cringed in towards that wall, but the Bravest Warriors committed yet again, and the burst damage is absolutely insane. The outplay coming in from the members of Panic. It's just so on point at this time. The goal was dead even when we saw the 68k mark, but for now they have the lead. The minions are going to crash, and from every wave, Deadly Catch is there. Will they be able to clear it? The tower is open, and the crystal will fall. Panic will manage to take the game number 2 in their pockets, and they will be able to secure that win for themselves. I really feel like that was the best roller coaster match one can ever see and one has seen in this whole tournament. They were almost dead even, but they knew who to target. They knew they needed to shut down Cresselia, and that is exactly what they did since the beginning till the end.
Definitely, in my opinion, the one who picks the Sicilian has won 99% of the match. But this time, we are seeing that Zenchi, in spite of taking down that Sicilian, they do, lose this game just because Panic. Every team fight, they managed to mark down that Cresselia on Sicilian. So, we saw in the final team fight how Atlas went for that backline, and Lapu was supporting him. The damage amount coming in from Lapu was noticeable just because the build we saw. Like he do have that hunter strike, and as for the last item, I believe it was, I think, a malefic roar or a blade of despair, and he only went two of the defense items.
That is absolutely correct. So we knew how tanky Lapu can get, and just because of the rework on his passive a little bit, I wouldn't exactly call it a rework, but a little buff that he received is that whenever he'll be in ultimate form, he will gain 3 times more brave warrior stacks. Therefore, he'll be able to trigger his shield again and again, and that is probably what helped him tank 24% of that damage. 187,000. That's absolutely insane. So for now, that is going to be it for that specific match. But Sasuke, what do you think Zenchi needs to work on just to get back in game number 4 if they want to, force a game 5? Because if in case they can't, they will have to, retreat from this tournament. I wouldn't exactly call it a retreat, but they will have to leave the tournament because for now, Team Panic, they've got the upper hand.
Well, I would agree to it, but they should be come up with a solution for the Lapu Lapu because we see both of the games, that is the second game as well as the third game, they lost just because of that Lapu Lapu. We do know in the team fight, Lapu Lapu has the level, the level 1 state of his ultimate, like it's a minus 15 to 18 seconds ultimate cooldown, and as we proceed to the late game, he will be just using his ultimate every now and then, and due to his buff, the survivability of him, the team fight will be more precisible, and he'll be more tanking, dealing a lot amount of damage. So I will prefer, like, they might ban that Lapu Lapu, or they might come with a solution for it.
I feel like that they should, but for now, we're gonna come up with the highlights for this match, guys. Make sure to enjoy them. If you missed the match, don't miss the highlights. We will be right back. Meanwhile, hit that like button, subscribe button, as well as click on the bell notification so that you do not miss anything. Make sure to stay tuned. We will be back in 5 minutes.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
especially towards the backliner. He isn't getting jumped in, will finally manage to retreat.
Off, like Hyper is down, they have only broke up, and Derot is
Gerard went for the lurk and got the Karina.
So Gusion is going to retreat first.
Karina out over there. Vatina jumps in with a second. Gets the
Takes off to get to one. One man is in the backside trying to target the tower. Just one more hit and
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you all for your patience that you've been showing. We are gonna be back again with game number 4. You're watching the MKE Season 4, co-sponsored by Zentro Store, Genesis Store, as well as Slay Official. We've been witnessing so many amazing games. The game 1, that was nail-biting competition. The game 2 was pretty one-sided. It went in favor of Zenchi. But game 3, yet again, it was such a roller coaster match. Grim, what do you think game 4 is going to look like?
Game 4 is going to be once again nail biting, I would say, because both the teams, as we have seen in the last 3 matches, none of the teams, probably except the second match, I just said was one-sided. But considering the stats of the first and third match, I guess fourth match is going to be nail biter because Panic either can win it or Zenchi will be trying to make it draw levels. So we are going to see a good match, I would say. An exciting match is on the cards.
I'm also expecting, a few typical bans. We've been seeing Zenchi go ahead with the ban of Kadita as well as a Grok. Those two respect bans, they're absolutely on point. I really like those bans. But still, in the next three bans that we're going to witness right now, I feel like they just should go with some kind of adjustments. Probably, I think that they should look for banning out the Claude. If in case they don't, then just like how in the last two games Yo has been playing amazing on that Claude, they will probably be able to take that as well in the game number 4 that we're going to witness. It is the match point. Therefore, I think so Zenchi should be wary of the heroes that they're about to ban now.
And not only about ban, I would say they should be worried about the heroes they pick, because Panic has been good in countering the picks that they have been picking. So what I would do right now is not only focus on the bans, but also focus on prospects. So that might help Zenchi a bit.
That is true. And for now, I feel like the Mart is going in through the bans. I think just because of the nerfs that he's already get, he's not ban worthy at this point. And yet again, the Claude ban coming out, just as I was saying, Kaja was taken out by Panic. So I feel like that at this point, they should probably go ahead and take down that Carmilla, because Azazel was pretty tanky when he was playing that hero with the Vengeance, as well as, going ahead with the Curse of Blood that cannot be purified by Diggy apart from the slow effect. The damage that is shared is not purified. Therefore, that is something that one should look at. I feel like Carmilla should be the go-to pick for Zenchi in this game. They've been playing pretty good with that hero, and I think so they're going to stick with that. But still, there are quite a few picks open. The Terizla as well as Clint, along with Grok and Kirita, all those 4 heroes were banned out already. So no Terizla coming up in this game. Lapu Lapu still up for grabs.
Lapu Lapu up for grabs. We have a Diggy on the cards, probably going to be, and we see a Valentina once again in the match.
That is true. We saw her in the previous game. We saw how viable she was, but no more heavy spins from coming in from Azazel. So I don't think so Invoker will be able to take that. But just to negate that slow effect out, we're getting back to rush back on that Diggy, which also cancels out a pick for Akai. I mean, Atlas, which was, I don't think it was going to be picked up, but still, you never know when the Carmel is actually going to go into the jungle with the Retribution, or maybe in the mid lane as a mage, because I've seen those kind of compositions, and even though we've not seen Zenchi do that, still, it is always a possibility.
Well, possibilities are endless in this game, and as for our audience, possibilities of excitement, possibilities of watching the game, like dripping in the fear of who might win, the talent, the fights, the excitement of both the teams fighting, because this has not been an easy tournament, as I would say. The time that I've been casting here, this has gone back to back between all the teams, and just like that, we are into the second phase of the ban for the 4th match between Zenchi and Pac.
That is absolutely on point. Bruno is going to be taken again in the hands of Ryzen. He was playing pretty good on that Bruno in the previous game, and they was going to go on that Balmond. I feel like EXP is going to be a little more tanky. Honestly, Lapu Lapu should be a pretty good choice. He can tank a lot of damage. He can deal a lot of damage as well, Grim.
Lapu Lapu will be banned owing to the match damage of the last match. See, pick of Leslie. Do you think Leslie is a good pick against Bauman and Carmel? I don't think so, because probably she is going to be in the back lines. But owing to the recent nerf of the patch received today, I don't think that's a good pick against Bauman for now.
I personally feel like the reason why Leslie is been picked in this game is because she can deal the true damage that ignores all the defenses that Azazel as well as Devas they're going to bring on the table. So I feel like it is a decent pick if in case played well, which Backtourist has to make sure he gets not chain CC into oblivion or something, because Otaku will probably try and land that wall on Leslie. T4T is going to bring in that Khalid that just received a buff. he will have a pretty decent amount of movement speed whenever his passive will be up, but the sand accumulation will be slower. It's the draft is already up. Alucard being in the jungle by Zetli. I did not see an Alucard in the jungle till now, but with the buff, Zetli wants to bring it on the table as well, showing how vast his hero pool is. So, Grim, I'm going to ask you, please tell me a quick guess who do you think will win in this game number 4?
Going for Alucard, I would say Panic. I will go for Panic. Life steal king of the entire game. I will say none of the heroes except Moscow are able. I don't think any hero in the game will be able to counter Alucard's lifesteal. At least lifesteal. I'm not saying about damage and gaming abilities, but the amount of lifesteal this hero has. That will be a good factor. Maybe in the loss, maybe in the win. That's up to the Panic players.
That is absolutely on point. So, guys, we're going to jump into the land of dawn. It is going to be game number 4 between Zenchi Esports on the blue taking on Panic on the red. The score is 1-2. It is match point in favor of Panic. And let's see if Zenchi will be able to force a game number 5 or will it be the end of their journey. They need to get this win so badly, like so badly at this point. They will have to get that feed on Bruno that they're still trying to do. Ryzen getting the farm that he needs, but back to rest wants to make sure the exact same thing happens for Leslie as well.
Well, I see one peculiar thing happening in the mid lane. Team Zenchi does not have a proper mid laner. We are seeing Kimmy in the mid lane. That is not quite a sight to see in the recent, in the Mobile Legends game. But we don't know. They might have a strategy on their hands.
You never know, because a Kimi into that mid lane, of course, for the early to mid game, it's gonna be like absolutely no kind of presence. But still, we might possibly see some damage into the late game. But for now, let's look at the replay that Balman managed to secure a pickoff on the Diggy. If in case he managed to get a few more pickoffs like that, he will snowball unstoppably, and that's going to be Zetli going ahead with his ultimate, not being able to secure the pickoff, but T40 is there for the support. No more ultimate available, and that is already Zetli picked off. The jungler being taken out. That's going to be the ultimate user, but he will be surviving this one. No, Cresselia taken down just like that. Not at all tanky. You are a Kimi. No matter if you're playing in the mid lane, you will be very squishy. Plus, with a lot less mobility as compared to other mages, Grim.
Well, that is what my fear in my mind. Kimi being in the mid lane, with the target, not only Valentina, she will be open for damage from all the sides. So probably if she was in mid lane, she would have a damage of just somebody coming from the mid. But she has now opened herself to damage from all sides. From all the heroes, the Hyper is going to come and attack her. The mid laner is coming to get her. And if she tries to get to probably that XP laner is even going to counter. Oh, that seems to be a hard point for Kimi that they have.
Absolutely, and being picked off yet again in this situation means a lot less farm in the hands of Cresselia. If in case the Kimi does not get farmed as quickly as possible, then it will be so much trouble for the members of Zenchi at this point. They've taken a risk already with the double marksman strategy. They've got the Badang, who is also majorly a damage dealer. He's not quite tanky enough. So I feel like that they might get in trouble if in case they lose this early game, which seems to be the case. But for now, I feel they'll be relieved looking at the farm lead that they have. But Cresselia needs to get her farm up. If that won't be the case, then they'll be in such a bad position. Going in for the Ice Queen one for now. That's gonna be the lethal counter. Messed up, but Azazel will end up getting that pick up. Celia jumping in as well with the support. Invoker seems to be in trouble. Will get the life steal back and will survive. Yo, on that Leslie, you are not at all tanky with a lot less mobility as compared to a Claude. Therefore, will have to flicker out of the harm's way. But Ryzen is going to be the next target as Alucard jumps and takes down 2. And that is going to be a good win in the hands of Panic. Let's look at that replay, Grim.
Well, that was a fight to see, and we see Alucard of Team Panic is not starting to gain some momentum compared to the early game. Well, it's not even that late into the game, like it's just 4 to 5 minutes. But still, if you're on Alucard and you don't let your presence know, and starting from the start of the game, I wouldn't say that's a good player, but Alucard is starting to gain some momentum on not just the enemy hyper, but is starting to get some damage on the teams as well.
That is true, and he needs to continue to do that because I feel like to answer the Kimi as well as the Bruno, Alucard is a pretty good pick because he will get that lifesteal. The lethal counter on the hands of Invoker was used up preemptively, and that is going to be Zetli taking his buff. But look at the aggressive play that is coming in from the members of Zenchi. T4T finally rotating from that top side towards that mid to save that tower. But look at the quick rotation. Zenchi, they're already on the bottom side of the map. They are making sure that Panic plays right into their hands, showing aggression in one side of the map while actually looking forward to the other. The adaptation is on point, and that's going to be tier 1 being taken down from both bot as well as the top.
Team Zenchi are probably focusing on pushing turrets rather than getting the kills in this game, which might be helpful for them owing to the recent loss in the third match. They might make it 2 for 2, and might go for another exciting match. Well, as I said, this is going to be a nail biter for sure, but the only thing is left to notice is how are both the teams going to respond against each other.
Honestly, I believe Panic, they're just waiting for Alucard to get farmed because we know as soon as he uses that Fission Wave, the cooldown for Ground Splitter as well as Whirling's Smash will reduce by 50%. So he will be able to use those skills a lot more in those team fights. And just because how Alucard's passive works, we know that he will be able to chase down the enemies as soon as he uses any kind of skill. And Azazel seems to be the next target of his. As Fission Wave was already used up. He was brought back by the time journey, and that is going to be the reverse time. Used up. Back to us seems to be in trouble. Will retreat at the same time. The Curse of Blood used by Invoker. He will dash away using his skill 2, and he will survive. No punish whatsoever, no matter how much Zenchi tries to chase down the members of Panic. They all manage to escape.
See, this is what I would say a good game sense. And that just does not mean going and taking kills, but also you must know when you should escape, when you should be able to defend yourself. Yes, they did notice two of their Panic members very low on HP, probably one ultimate and one cyclone swift from the Balmond would have taken them down, but they chose to stay back. That just displays their gaming sense in a shot. Well, they are doing good, I would say. Not just pushing, they know where to rotate, and they know when to attack. They would know when to get back as well.
That's true, but the textbook play coming in from Zenchi seems to be a lot more viable at this point because they managed to take down the tier 2 on the bottom side. They got the much needed shutdown on Yo, who's already running with a weapon mastery emblem, so we know that BOD is going to be hurting a lot more than it should. The Lord is being chunked down pretty quickly. That's the power of a double marksman. It's literally not even 9 minutes into the game, and Lord was taken down just like that. And the tier 2s will probably fall pretty quickly of Panic, and they won't be able to have the map control. That's going to be the Curse of Blood used on 4 people. They are linked together. The Purify was there just to help them out with the slow, and that's going to be the ultimate used up on Badang. He will survive. No casualty, a whatsoever apart from Azazel. He is going 0-5, but just because of that curse of blood, every member on Panic, they had to retreat. They could not follow up and go in for more pickoffs. But at the same time, the time journey that was used by Back to Rust made sure that Badang does not go in for his ultimate and take down 4 members, get a maniac in that situation, because it was so much possible.
And not just that possibility, do we, if we look at the kill count as well, we see Team Zenchi is leading, they are behind by 3 kills. But if you look at the goal difference, they are leading by almost 3k gold. They are leading with turrets. They have the Lord on their side. So they are not going for all-in fight, I would say. They know their priorities and the things that they need to focus on to win this game.
That's absolutely correct. That was a pretty, reckless move from T40, but he managed to take the life of Ryzen. So it did pay something off, but still, things seem to be troublesome. If everything stands as it is, Ryzen used up preemptively, the fight continuing as Kamila will be the next casualty in that fight. The ultimate used up. Otaku will be able to survive all of those shots, but Cresselia is not going to be as lucky as he was. He will be taken down yet again. 1-4 on that Kimi. Not at all good, but still they're being able to win those fights. Yo is not yet online. Everyone is waiting for his items. I really want to look at the items right now and see how far Yo is on that specific, build. Already getting the Berserker's Fury as well as the Endless Battle will probably go. I feel like that's going to be a wind of, I believe a Wind Talk or maybe a Scarlet Phantom, either of those. But right now Zetli seems to be in trouble. Where is the lethal counter used up, but not enough damage with the Retribution. He will be able to take Alucard down. Zetli not gonna survive that. Devas is actually going insane as the amount of tankiness this guy is displaying is out of this world, and that's gonna be a double coming in, double pick off for the members of Panic. They are making sure, I'm so sorry, that was Zenchi. They are making sure to get the punish in. Absolutely on point. Okay, the fight is actually continuing. Yes, Grim.
Well, they're not leaving any stones unturned. They are not giving any space to Team Panic, I would say. Team Zenchi, of course, as you said, scared. They are very low on kills. If you see, specific team, specific members, specific kill counts, but they're leading in the game. Don't you agree?
Absolutely, and that is exactly what you call an objective play, because look at the tower difference. It is 7-2, a 5 tower difference in favor of Zenchi. But right now, the Lord is being worked upon by the members of Panic, so they will be able to chunk it down pretty quickly without making sure to take Diggy down. So no more time journey for them, but they've got the Lord on their hands. Kimi as well as Bruno trying to wreak havoc. That's gonna be the charge coming in of the ultimate. Still, they're maintaining the distance. The kiting potential is absolutely perfect. Invoker being in trouble, but alright, he will survive for now as the Lord is already out, and now the reverse stage is coming in from the members of Panic. They probably want to go in for more. That's gonna be Invoker. Sunk down pretty low, had no idea what was in the bush coming right for him. Lord, will he take down Badang? No, Otaku survives for now, but in the backside, Badang, I'm so sorry, Balmond will be able to take Zetli down yet again. The Alucard into the jungle, not at all working for the members of Panic. The time journey used yet again. There comes in the Raging Sandstorm. Badang not surviving. A double kill coming in the hands of T40. Still the chase is continuing, and Diggy takes him out yet again.
Well, that was not a good situation for Team Zenchi. That was a 2-for-4 trade in favor of Team Panic. Team Panic finally starting to get some solid grounds on the map, and meanwhile we see a fight on the XP lane, and Badang meanwhile he tried, he did good, but that was a good escape from the XP lane of Team Panic.
Absolutely, but let's see if Otaku will be able to escape from his own demise, as no is going to be the answer coming in by Zetli as well as Invoker. They managed to take him out. No more ultimate available for him, so I believe he used pretty good amount of resources on trying to take down T40, who survived with just a flicker. So that was a pretty good play coming in. But Kimmy is finally starting to hurt. I just saw those items and it is almost full built. And that's going to be Balman taken down. Not quite tanky as he thought, but look at the curse of blood. Absolutely on point, connecting to 4 people. But there is the retaliation. There's the reverse curse of blood used by Invoker, but not connecting on anyone except Carmilla. That is going to be Azazel, and he will be taken down. Probably Leslie with the final shot takes down 1 with the ultimate, tries to go in for more, but Badang was already there to save the day. And look at that mid fight wherein Kimmy and Leslie were fighting 1v1, and it was literally a draw. Just look at that. Look at that, how on point those skills were. Cresselia as well as Yo, just finishing off each other and lying there. Back to rest will be spotted in that bush. The glowing wand's burn is already there, so we know that Cresselia will deal a decent amount of damage, but will she be able to survive the Frisian wave from Zetli?
Well, that is the question. That is the question of the moment, because both the hypers, they have started to get some ground. Of course, Balman is having the upper hand, but Team Panic, they have started to get on with the team fights as we speak, and Team Zenchi will now contest for the Lord Team Panic, and we have a team fight on our cards.
It's the Raging Sandstorm as well. Valorant taking the Lord for himself. Invoker still trying to get someone into the backline, will probably be taken down, seems to be in trouble. Look at the top side. Badang is pushing the wave. No one is allowed to recall, but Alucard is already there, whose HP seems to be solo, and he will be taken down as well. Zetli not being able to survive at all. Look at how well Otaku is playing on that Badang. I never knew he would be so viable into that EXP lane. The ultimate of Leslie being connected. He will gain some HP back by picking off on those minions, but the Lord is gonna march down from the bottom side of the map. The pressure is still up. They was taking so much damage and still surviving. How will Panic come out of this one? Will we probably see a game number 5 as things stand? Yes, we probably will. There comes in the ultimate of Cresselia. They've cleared all the minions, cleared all the wave. The crystal is absolutely wide open. There comes in the lethal counter along with the time journey, making sure that everyone survives, but the crystal will not. That is going to be Team Zenchi taking another game home. 2 for 2. Grim, what are your thoughts about this match?
I was definitely sure it is going to be nail biter, but this match, their comeback by Team Zenchi. For a moment, I thought Team Panic has gained some upper ground on Zenchi, but Team Zenchi never left their space, did they?
Absolutely not. Especially Otaku. The way he was playing on that Badang, even though we knew that Badang won't be that tanky, he exactly knew what he was doing and what needs to be done in that situation. If it is a 1v1, bet on Otaku, that's what I would say, because that is exactly how he was playing. Be it against T40, be it against Zetli, he was the one taking everyone down. His farm was insane with the DHS as well as the golden staff. He was playing so well, his passive being used perfectly in those team fights, and I would give credits to Azazel too, who made sure to push back the members of Panic by landing that curse of blood on at least 2 to 3 people. Those are bare minimum. I saw a 4-man curse of blood a couple of times in those fights as well, so he played very well in those team fights. Look at the build, the dominance eyes with the paired up with the blade armor along with the dreadnought armor. That's so much physical defense. Yo did as much as he could with a 10 to 11 score. He did as much as he could, but still the damage was somewhere lacking from the end of Panic at that point. But I still feel like that they might have a chance in game number 5. Finally, Zenchi has already pushed that to their limits, and it is going to be a nail biter in my opinion, Grim.
Well, not only a nail biter, it is going to be exciting nail biter for a wonderful audience, for the people watching this tournaments, and for both the teams as well. And I just hope the ban, they don't have a respect ban once again. They need to have a proper ban in if they want to win. That both the teams need to take care of, because not only solid grounds, not only solid team fights, but team fights as well, team bans as well.
I really feel like that probably is going to be the case, but I want to see what is going to be the ban that would be coming out in game number 5. And guys, we will witness that in just a few minutes. You all enjoy the highlights that are coming right up.
I would drive 1,000 miles just to get to you. The days and lonely nights might break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you. I would drive 1,000 miles just to get to you. The days and lonely nights might break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on
see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
I would drive 1,000 miles just to get to you. The days and lonely nights might break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I'd climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you.
Especially towards the backliner. Even getting the jump in will finally manage to retreat.
Off, like Hyper is down, they have only broke up, and Deroth is
Kirot went for the lurk and got the Karina.
So Gujan is going to retreat first.
Karina out over there. Vatina jumps in with the pick up. Gets the
Takes off to get to one. 1-1 is in the middle. Backside trying to target the tower. Just one more hit and
Hey everyone, welcome back. You all have been witnessing exciting 4 games, nail biting all of them. This is the MKE Esports Season 4. You guys are watching the semi-finals too. That is the lower bracket finals as well. We will see which team, who will win the game number 5 that's going to happen in the next 5 minutes right now, will reach the grand finals and will take on Madness DPD in that best of 5 match yet again. So for now, the matches that we've been witnessing were between Team Panic and Zenchi, who will play yet again win the game number 5. The score is 2-2. Sasuke, what are your opinions about the previous 4 matches that we've been witnessing?
Well, in the first match, and I would say like in past, like all of the 4 matches, they have like Zenchi on the blue side, they were dominating, and as we speak, like it's a fun fact, like all of them for the round 3, I assume, like where Panic was on the red side.
Your team is banning.
Absolutely, the blue side curse probably is real, but we'll have to see how things roll out in this game because it is Panic on the blue and Zenchi on the red. The 4 bans that we've been having since the previous game were Grog, Karita, Terizla, as well as the Clint. They've been retained by both of these teams, and now the bans in the lobby that we are seeing Valentina along with a Leomord. So Valentina not being allowed to go through the ban phase, and Martis is going to be the next ban coming in from Panic. I feel like the Carmilla is still open, so they would want to go in for that. But Kaja is also open right now. So maybe they want to confuse the members of Zenchi a little bit. Carmilla will be taken out. Kaja is up for grabs as well as the, Leomord Martis have been taken out. But there is Lapu Lapu on the table. We've seen how well he's been playing.
Well, but Team Panic will be, securing that Kaja right away. And as you mentioned, like there is a Lapu Lapu, and I think that Team Zenchi have an opportunity to grab that Lapu Lapu, else they might feel, terror of that Lapu Lapu as we just witnessed in match 2 and 3.
Your team is picking.
That is absolutely correct. It is possible we might see that, but we're gonna see first Divas on the Balmond along with Cresselia on the Sicilian. Comfort picks coming in from their side, but so will Yo get his hands on that Claude. He will jump into the backline with the Blazing Duet, Invoker on that Lilia. Lilia's been nerfed quite a lot in this new patch. The early game damage has been decreased considerably. So I believe it might be difficult for Invoker to pull out the same amount of early game damage. But in the mid game, Lilia will be viable. She'll be dealing a ton of that. Plus, along with the Ice Queen Wand, the slows that will be coming in will probably be just enough to control Cecilia and help Yo jump into that backline with the Blazing Duet.
Amazing. The side of Team.
Your team is banning.
Seeing that Lapu Lapu as the swing in from Team Zenchi, they will be respecting that Lapu Lapu. They don't want that hero. Respect the terror the Lapu Lapu just witnessed them over to their members.
Respect ban Badang coming in. Otaku not gonna get his hands on that one. But Terizla is still open. I mean, Fams is the hero that I wanted to actually talk about, is still open. And we saw Otaku play pretty well on that specific hero. He is very lethal on that EXP lane. Esmeralda is up for grabs as well, but I don't think so he will go for Esma. He would probably prefer a Tham. They need a little tankiness, but as for the roam, they're gonna pick the Mathilda in the hands of Azazel, finally coming out after such a long time. And I feel like it's such a great pick for the roam. It's going to provide a lot of mobility to both Cresselia as well as Divas. They can jump in towards that backside as well as jump back for the retreat. But what is going to be the answer from Panic in this game, especially for that Balmond and for the roam?
Well, we are seeing Barrett at this point. Well, they might go for that Barrett. Okay, they have gone with an Atlas as well as Barrett. So speaking like Kaja will be used in the EXP lane, and we are going to see that Atlas once again this time. In the round 3, I assume that Atlas was giving and jumping down to the Sicilian, providing, ultimate support for these his team members, that is Team Panic. Okay, we are seeing the final pick coming in from Zenchi will be that usual. Okay, but he will be taking his comfort pick as you mentioned, and that will be the Tamus.
Absolutely. Yeah. If in case he would have locked the Yuzhong, I would have leaned towards Panic, not just a bit, quite a lot, because Yuzhong in this game wouldn't have worked out at all. Like being very serious. Yes, of course, he would have jumped on Yo, he would have jumped on Invoker, but still, the Black Shoes as well as the Battle Mirror Image would have saved both of their lives. And I believe right now, still, just because of the pick of that Atlas in the hands of Back to Rust, along with the Kaja in the hands of T40, I still feel Panic might be able to pull this game through as well. Cresselia has the sprint this time, but so does Yo. So I don't think so she'll be able to survive that Blazing Duet as well as the Fatal Link combination that was being used on her in the previous game. But Barats is a very good answer for the Balmond. Now guys, we're jumping into the land of Dawn. It is going to be the final game of the evening in this best of 5 series. This has literally been what we all call as Pesa Vasool match, as it is 2-2 dead even. Let's see which team will get the win. Will it be Panic on the blue, or will it be Zenchi moving forward in the red side to face Midnight Madness in the grand finals? We will see that in the next 20 minutes.
Both the Romans as well as the Marksmen are trying to deal some damage. We can see Atlas is pretty low, but he will be using his second skill just to stun the Bruno.
He was trying to actually, get that stun on Ryzen, but still Ryzen was able to jump out. But that was such an early flicker. They know that Bruno has the priority in the early game, so they are making sure to get the most value out of it. Look at the HP of Yo, he's so low. If in case there was jumps in on him with the lethal counter, he won't survive this one, and he already has the lethal counter up. Zetli seems to be still working for his level. For that is going to be the first blood in the hands of Bruno, and they're gonna take down Barats as well. So such a lovely and a dream start coming in for the members of Zenchi. On the red side, the lethal counter with that true damage, Barats won't be able to tank it at all, and that is exactly what they did. And look at how Otaku is keeping Back to Rust as well as T40 at bay in that bottom side, and the whole play is being made in that top. They're doing such an amazing job making sure that Bruno gets farmed, and the tier 1 at the top side has been broken. It's 2 minutes into the game, Sasuke.
Going too much aggressive, it might be an early game, and they have managed to take down the first tower, and that too with the gold shield on it, and that might be the swap lane coming in from the team Zenchi, and the turtle is up, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the first turtle. We can see Atlas is providing some vision. He is going for the set, but that will be the balance down that turtle with his ultimate as well as the rescue combination, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, Valorant did manage to take the turtle. They is on point with those red trees as well as the lethal counter, and Ryzen on point with his footballs, who will be just taking down Barats as well. And now they're going to chunk down the bottom tier 1 as well. Look at how quickly they're doing that. Ryzen is going to snowball uncontrollably. Fatal Links is there, but look at the rest of the members. They've already retreated. Yo does not have enough gold for now to get the Demon Hunter sword, but I don't know why he's playing bottom side, because it's still 3 minutes and there are going to be 4 more cannon minion waves on the top side, and 4 cannon minions basically giving 150 gold a round at each cannon. It's almost what, 600 gold? You definitely don't want to miss that in the early game. That's going to be a 2-man Fatal Links at the bottom side. Bruno finally taken down. That's a much needed shutdown in the hands of Panic.
The second skill passive, I think he just went on with the flying.
That is true. That is definitely true. But still, look at how the sieging is working out for Zenchi. They did that in the previous game. They're doing in this game again, focusing on the siege. and it has been on point. Look at that, how Otaku is using his aggressive play against T40, who cannot win that lane. So those side lanes winning, and once the side lanes are winning, mid gets enough time to farm up. Cresselia will be pulled back using the Divine Judgment, and that is going to be back to Rush, making sure that Cresselia is not able to retreat on time, but she still manages to survive. The sprint was burnt up. In the meantime, Azazel coming with the support as well. That's quite a lot of resources burnt up by Panic and not being able to pick off Cresselia. That's probably the biggest win that Zenchi will achieve in this match, honestly.
And we can see the turtle is up. This is the second turtle, and securing that turtle yet again. And we can see Matilda has used his ultimate over the barracks. And
absolutely, Cresselia being bursted down again using the skills of Lilia. That is going to be Otaku using the Terran's force into that back lane. For now, Balon wants to take down back to Rishi, will be able to do so. Killing spree coming in for him. 2-for-1 trade. For now, want to go in for more, and they will be able to chunk down a little bit of that mid lane tower with the blazing duet on point coming in. Minions waves has been cleared, but he will be playing right into the hands of that lethal counter on Zivers. Not being able to survive. This time going a 0-2 seems to be the worst possible start on the hands of a Claude.
and we might see, like, if only and only if, like, do we go for the late game, then we might see a comeback. But here we can see a fatal leak over that Sicilian, and he will be taken down by that Bharat.
Absolutely, they know that they need to target Cresselia, and she is finally being targeted again and again, but the punish is just not there from the members of Zenchi, and the side lanes are starting to farm little by little. The combination is pretty weird at this point, but still the way that Panic they need to play is probably along with the suppression of Kaja. He needs to get either Cresselia or Ryzen in that Divine Judgment. If in case T40 manages to do so, they'll have the upper hand in those fights, because the follow-up will definitely be there. Lilia will be able to deal enough damage to probably take them down, along with Yo as well on that Claude, since he will have the Blazing Duet to jump into that backline if in case any one of those people survive. But let's look at a quick look at the items. Balmond farming uncontrollably. Cursed Helmet and Guardian Helmet, both of them are already up. Sasuke, you'll be very tanky.
As well as the Claude do have his Demon Hunter sword, so he might be able to give some amount of damage, but that's not it. We are seeing like Bruno is pretty farmed up and he's doing pretty well in the early game, and he will be Zenchi will be managed to take down the mid tier 1 tower.
That is absolutely correct, and they've managed to seize down all the tier 1 towers, and they will have the access to the jungle. Vengeance popped up by Otaku will not make him survive the burst coming in from Lilia as well as that tower, but that is going to be the Retribution lethal counter combo used up, denying Zetli their blue. So they're taking away the jungle as well. Retrieve for Zetli is not up yet. That's going to be one pick off on Bruno. They managed to get a good punish in the rotation. It was a little bit slacky when Ryzen was going for it. That is going to be the worst caught in that burst. He will manage to retreat, has the dash. But look at how Yo is farming alone. Sasuke, that probably might be it. That is probably the key that Panic needs, just to snowball back in towards that mid game.
And that the EXP laner, that is the Otaku play, do see that he was farming and he'll be just going to that lane, providing like no further farm or free farm has been provided to that Claude. But we can see, they are providing, that is the Team Panic has provided a dead boost, but we can see Matilda won't be able to survive. She do manage to give some vision, but instead she'll be end up giving her kills to the enemy team.
That is true, but there's one thing that I'm quite surprised of, just based on the draft that came in from Panic. They don't have much of a late game viability, because Lilia also falls pretty hard in the late game. Claude definitely will deal a ton of damage. You can't definitely depend on one single damage dealer unless Kaja builds that one-shot build. But how much will he be able to do so, since right now Bruno taking down the tier 2 on the top side means he'll be getting a lot more farm on his hands. So you probably don't want to see an unstoppable Bruno. And as for the items as well as the emblem that I can see, T40 picking up the dominant size means he will be very tanky at this point. yes, you do need tankiness, but where will the damage come from? That is the question that I have.
Well, they are no, but we are saying, the Kaja divine judgment has been used on Bruno, and he will not probably surviving in the midsection. The Barrett do takes down the kill over that. Okay, that was a 1-for-2 situation for the Bruno, but we are seeing that this Barrett, okay, he do get the kill over that Sicilian. So both of the backliners from the Zenchi have fallen out, and this time, I think that Panic do have a comeback situation.
Absolutely, and things seem to be troublesome for the Verse, not being able to have enough damage to take T4T down. He will fall instead. But yes, I can clearly see that the damage is still lacking from Panic. They are somehow managing to get the win in those team fights, but that was just because Ryzen was picked up, and they need to do that again and again if in case they want to win. That's going to be the retribution, as well as the Lord secured in the hands of Barrage. But look at the back line, making sure Ryzen falls, and now they want to follow up with more of that. The Divine Judgment used up on Otaku it clearly shows how tanky he is. He will be able to take T4T down, but he will fall in the process too. Lord is gonna march down from that top side, and I feel like Zenchi has enough resources to actually defend this one, but it's much more for actually buying time for Panic to somehow come back in this game, because the Wind of Nature is being the next item that Claude is cooking, and once he gets that, he will be able to tank quite a ton of damage. But Bruno is going exactly for the same. He is probably going it for own Wind of Nature. That's gonna be the Daytona's welcome on Azazel. He is the tank on the back line. My goodness, what did you do? Back to us there, bringing in Cresselia as well as Ryzen, the only two targets that you need to bring. Shutdown is definitely there by the Verse on the Barrage. He will want to follow up with more, but the Divine Judgment has been connected but not on the right target. Look at how tanky they are. They were still surviving somehow, but the burst is just enough to take him down. 4 people from the side of Zenchi falling at the wrong time. They don't have any frontline. It's just Ryzen and Cresselia are going to try to defend. Stans is also there, so he will provide some frontlining till they take down the Lord, but they will lose the inhibitors in the process.
The damage is pretty low, That Atlas will be surviving with a minus 5% HP. Yeah, it is a 5% HP.
Absolutely, and man, oh man, that was so close. Honestly, if the cooldown timer was just 5 more seconds more, they probably would have lost all the inhibitors, or maybe the crystal right away. The play that Back to Rust made, that's exactly the play that they need to make again and again. But I don't think so if they'll be able to get so lucky in those fights, but if they do, then that's exactly what they need to repeat. If they manage to do that again, that's going to mean the end of Zenchi probably, because when Bruno as well as Sicilian, they're taken down, they don't have anything remaining. That's going to be a lot of resources on Azazel. He will survive using the Circling Eagle, knocking back 4 people, but that's about it. He can do. Meanwhile, in the bottom side, the pressure will definitely shift towards Panic a little bit, or more than that. I'm just going to say that Thams taking some pressure off from his own teammates and getting the push on the bottom lane in. Kaja will have to go and clear that wave. The bottom tower passer will be used if they comes in the Blazing Duet along with the Fatal Links. Still, that's quite a survivability on the hands of Bruno, but the killing spree being secured by Yo means that they will have another free Lord.
Holy. And Thamus has just used his ultimate, and we can see the Banas has been used his ultimate, taking down Diamond. And the Lord is up, things are not looking for well for the teams, and he managed to get the kill over that Balmond. The Sicilian do manage to take down that Cloud. The amount of damage Sicilian is dealing can be noticed, but at last is onto the tail of the Sicilian. Matilda will be forced to back down, and we can see Thamos will be falling down into the hands of that Lilia.
He made sure to buy as much time as possible, because that was just enough for Bruno to take down Back to Rest as well, and they want to continue this team fight. No Man's Lord is going to be the name of the game right now, and the pressure still seems to be a little bit on Zenchi because their bottom tier 3 is so low in that HP. They still need Otaku in those fights as it's going to be a full 5-man coming back from the side of Panic, and they will probably have the priority over the Lord, but Ryzen is not stopping. Azazel is taking the aggro from Zetli for now. Cresselia seems to be in trouble as well. That's going to be the Divine Judgment or the perfect Ryzen target. The blazing duet into the backside as well. Daytona's welcome was there, but the Lord was secured by the lethal counter again by the verse. He's been on point with those retributions. I want to see if he's going to survive that. He still has his skills, want to dash away, but the slow effect is there. Lilia with the ice beams, want the fight is divided into two. Bruno being taken down, Kaja making sure to get that pick off. Otaku still surviving and he will survive for now, but Balmond is not going to make it. Yo was there, Cresselia with that Sanguine Claws, and look at that damage. She was able to pick one Kaja off, and that's so much needed. The Lord is going to come out from the crystal. That is going to be Lilia taken down in the process. Here comes in the circling eagle along with the blazing duet. This time Yo will manage to take Cresselia down yet again. As seems to be in trouble, will be taken out. That's a full wipeout in the late game. They don't care about the Lord. It's marching down from the board. They will take the crystal down. Bruno is there, but that's all he could do. The wave of the world was used up, but nothing is going to happen as Panic gets in with the upset, takes out Zenchi from the race to the finals, and make sure that they're gonna get the revenge match against Midnight Madness.
We can see that Zenchi was dominating them in the early game. They too managed to secure the double kill. They did have the early game start, but Claude was free to farm in certain aspects, a certain minute, and where he did get his item, which it was needed, and he did get his item on the time, on the point. And meanwhile, we saw in the middle game Atlas just marking down those backliners, that is the mage as well as the marksman Sicilian, and that marksman we saw how beautifully he gave the 1v1 setups as well as the 2-man ultimate, and that would be the game. That is the final game, the 5th game. And he has been eliminated, and congratulations to Team Panic as they will be moving on to the grand finale where they will be facing out their opponents. Revenge match, as just said, Cadet.
Absolutely, and look at the amount of damage you dealt. It's 111k, 37% damage. It was just only him who was jumping into those backlines. He was there on every team fight with 67% team fight participation, definitely deserving that MVP. But still, I would say the retaliation that was there from the side of Zenchi, that was pretty good. They managed to survive so much. Cresselia dealt so much damage. That was 30% of the team's damage. She did what she could, but seriously, they needed something more out of the Bruno. But the way he was being marked again and again by Atlas in that backline, I feel like in the mid side, when Atlas gave that 2-man setup on Cresselia as well as the Ryzen on that Bruno, that was it. That was the main momentum boost that they needed, and they got. And from that point onwards, they were able to actually take the game with that final Lord. They lost that final Lord. They was on point with the retribution, but still, he Panic managed to wipe out all the members of Zenchi and get directly the crystal.
I would agree with you. And the moment where you just highlighted that Atlas did manage to take down the 2-man ultimate, where the Zenchi's frontliner were just focused on the Panic's backliner, and they had according to the lineup of the Panic, they had three tanking S. So one of them was there with the backliners, and meanwhile, all of the frontliners of the Zenchi were just targeting or just focused on the enemy's backliner. So the backliners of the Zenchi, they didn't have any vision, any protection, and that's the game where they lost in the midsection of the game.
I would definitely agree with your, the explanation on all those points. It was just perfect, absolutely clear. Plus, the way Claude jumped into the backline along with Atlas, just how you said, marking Cresselia as well as Bruno was the thing that they needed. The final nail in the coffin. That is exactly what they did. Now, we are gonna be done for the night, guys. But make sure to hit that like button, click on the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification. It is going to be Team Panic moving into the finals. We will see the rematch between Midnight Madness DPD taking on Panic. This is exactly like how it happened in MKE Season 3. We're gonna witness that again in Season 4. Let's see, will Panic be able to, change history and they would win against Midnight Madness, or will everything is going to repeat? We will find that out on Friday, so we would want you all to join in on us on that specific day. This has been it from me, Scariot, as well as Sasuke. We're going to be signing off. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now.